unless I'm mistaken, it might be one or two, but I don't think the Bengals have a single offensive penalty. And if they do, it's not many.
Well, let's see if we can rack some up here.
There you go. Out of the single
McCarron's going to go.
McCarron going sky. A nice completion there to AJ Green.
Green on the left sideline. He had his running back in the backfield. Also, Tyler Eifert coming into the backfield there.
Yeah.
Looked like they were going to set up to do an interesting run scheme, but he throws it to Green.
He had him wide open. Why not?
On first down, these Bengals need to make up some yardage. Let's see if they can do it. Now, the Steelers' defense has been allowing early first downs on drives.
That's true, but then they've been locking down after that is the thing. You know, they get to midfield and they start to step it up.
McCarron drops back. He's going to look short over the middle, and Giovanni Bernard.
Dangerous there by
Neither
flag on the play.
Neither of the Bengals running backs have had particularly good hands today. A lot of drops today, of course, because of the rain. A lot of players in gloves seem to be struggling.
Cold, rainy days. It's always hard to catch a ball on a cold, rainy day.
Holding on the defense. Yep. So this is call going against Pittsburgh.
That'll give them. Give the Bengals a fresh set of downs here. See if they can do anything with it. Still, just a 2-possession game. You need 7 and you need 8.
The
and
Bengals
then the game is tied.
Line up with Sanu and Green out to the right, and Marvin Tate out to the left. But the give is to Bernard up the middle.
Oh, Bernard finding space.
Oh,
I didn't think that play was going anywhere, and Gio Bernard
makes everybody but Mike Mitchell miss.
He thought he was going to make Mike Mitchell miss too, and he's frustrated. You can see him hesitating on the ground there, knowing he could have gone a little bit further. He really wanted to break that into something special.
Brandon Boykin was there, but he looked to be shaken out of his jock. And now
Another
McCarron's going to start again, runner center.
formation.
Will they give it to Bernard again? They will.
Yeah.
Bernard cannot ride the momentum.
Anywhere.
Oh,
his helmet goes flying.
And
that's a penalty there. There's some laundry on the field here, possibly for a illegal hit.
We'll see. Will it be the hit that resulted? Will it be a face mask, perhaps, on Bernard?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Face
It
mask.
is a face mask. I was going to say, you see a helmet go flying like that on an offensive player, it's usually a face mask.
It's got to be a targeting or a face masking call. I didn't see it live. It seemed like it was at the bottom of a pile, which is a weird place for a face mask to happen, but Monday quarterback.
Yeah, Monday morning quarterback featuring Peter King.
I don't think that's what that is, though.
The MMQB is Peter King's website. Monday quarterback.
Monday quarterback
better
at 6
not have
p.m.
Peter King.
I don't know what that is.
That's not.
They're not going to show us the replay. We're going to assume that it was a good call on the face mask.
I'm not sure if that's a good assumption.
McCarron under center. He's got 3 bunts to his left. He's going to fake the hand up to his left. He's got a man running around to the right. And here's the thing about this game. You've got bad weather.
Yeah.
And everybody's shown to have a little bit of touchy hands.
Yeah.
Your throws on these trick plays have to be right on the money.
Absolutely pixel perfect, yeah.
And they just haven't been for this Bengals team.
No, and I mean, part of that is A.J. McCarron being a relatively inexperienced quarterback. Part of it probably is the weather. It's cold and wet. It's hard to catch the ball, but it's also hard to throw the ball.
It's true.
When your hands are numb.
But you have to make
not to make excuses for McCarron, especially on a pretty simple screen like that. But
and 17, and this is going to be blown dead. It looks like a timeout.
Possibly. It doesn't look like there's any laundry on the field here. Oh, Cincinnati is challenging. They may be challenging the fact that was a forward pass.
That's what's under. That's what's under.
Although I'm not sure, even if it wasn't a forward pass, I'm not sure any of the Bengals players or the Steelers players.
I say that is a forward pass.
I think that is a forward pass. Yeah,
and they should move up the 7 yards they lost.
Yep. Oh, they didn't call it a forward pass on the field.
They called it a fumble on the field.
I completely missed that. I think that's a very good challenge there by Marvin Lewis. Yeah, there was no doubt in my mind when he threw that ball that was a forward pass.
Reminiscent of the miracle in Music City.
Yeah.
Music City Miracle. Many people will dispute that to this day. If they do, tell them they're
Well, you can
stupid.
see he's passing from about
But you can't look at his feet. This was the problem in the Music
No,
City
you got to
Miracle.
look at the ball.
You have to look at the ball. It matters where the
And
ball travels.
the
And the
important
ball
thing
travels from the 49.5-yard line
to about
forward
the
to the 49.
Yeah, well, here, look, you can see it right there.
Maybe the
It's coming,
48.5.
But yeah, it literally passes one of the hash marks, and you can see the trajectory of the ball
that's
is
a forward. That's a forward pass.
That would be a huge missed call, and again, another dagger for these Bengals fans who are watching these refs. You know, I don't think the refs have made that many terrible calls, and again, the Cincinnati Bengals offense has to show something. You know, you can't blame a game on the refs if you don't score, but if this call stands, that's...
There's quite a few questionable calls against these Bengals.
Yeah.
Especially because Bengals fans love to point out the dynasty.
Okay,
it is
they're
ruled an
calling it
incomplete pass,
which is the right call.
A good overturn there from this refereeing staff.
And a good challenge there by Marvin Lewis.
Indeed, he had some smart people upstairs telling him, hey, take a look at that.
Yep.
And amazingly, McCarron didn't seem to mind. He was ready to move back.
No,
Perhaps not wanting to talk out of turn as a young player on this squad, but if I was him, I would have been a lot more confident.
A.J. McCarron only passing for about 105 yards so far today.
It has been pretty brutal for this Bengals offense.
Brutal for this Bengals offense. Dr. Steve Brule on the call.
Hugh Jackson. I don't know who that is.
Hugh Jackson used to...
it's Tyler Eifert on the
Eifert,
short pass, and he's going to get down inside the 30.
Yeah, bringing up
Cincinnati.
Third and manageable.
Might be pulling this one back into a remotely interesting football
game.
They're
going to be needing to look at Eifert and A.J. Green in turn to make those rumbling, big yard after catch plays and yard after contact plays. And then A.J. Green, when people come up, and press like they're doing right now. They're stacking the box.
3rd and 3. McCarron looking to his left. He's going to throw. It's complete to Sanu for the first down.
Yeah, he's
Sanu tries to get up and celebrate.
They've got those weapons on offense, man. It's just a matter of A.J. McCarron being able to find them because one of them's going to be open on every play.
They do have big bodies with a lot of talent on the outside. They have Tyler Eifert.
Literally all three of their big
they have
best
Darius
receivers.
Hayward Bay, who had some good seasons in Indianapolis. Now it's going to be to the running back Bernard out of UNC. He goes to his right and gets maybe a yard on 1st and 10.
I didn't hate that call on 1st and 10 when you're down by 15 and the opposing team is probably thinking pass. You know, a draw play isn't...
Cincinnati has two backs who have shown such promise at times in their career, and both just do not seem effective tonight. Have not been that effective this season.
Well,
Jeremy Hill, of course, has established himself as a starter.
There are consistency issues, right? On Gio Bernard. You can't count on Gio Bernard to go for
Bernard
5
out of the
yards.
backfield, not going to get to that ball as McCarron was hurried up.
And the Steelers brought the heat on that play. A.J. McCarron was as hurried as we've seen him this game.
Ryan Shazier out of Ohio State.
A.J.
He's
McCarron,
the first one in there.
see an unblocked defender there coming in on the tackle. A.J. McCarron, I don't think he's been sacked yet today. Yes, he's given up the ball a couple times, but A.J. McCarron has shown
he's young
really good presence of mind. The
checking
fact
at receiver, we have A.J. Green. We have Jones. We have Tyler Eifert. We have Giovanni Bernard in the backfield and Sanu out wide right. And McCarron's going to drop back to throw. He's going to look to his right. It's the dump off to Bernard, who gets absolutely hammered by Shazier.
And he might have given up the ball. Shazier.
I feel like this was...
he was down. And I think
Shazier, I'm sure, is going to run all the way in the end zone.
He's going to walk into the end zone just in case, which is good, right?
Oh, but Bernard might be done.
Well, Bernard got hit super
popped.
hard.
Ryan Shazier laid the smackdown.
You could see as soon as Bernard knew where Shazier was, and you can see he's trying to turn around and maybe put a move on him, but
now here's the thing. I don't love that. That this is part of the game where you have to worry about hits like this now, but we do.
You do.
But here's the thing: earlier in this game, you had a guy hit a guy with his shoulder, and the other player lowered his helmet down into his shoulder.
And Jeremy Hill is angry for his compatriot Gio Bernard. I can't blame him.
I can't blame him either. Now that was. I don't think there was anything intentional there.
I think it's just
Shazir's just trying to make a play. He lowers his shoulders, and he just happens to hit him with his head. Of course, it's his responsibility not to do that. But I don't think he was trying to knock that player out.
I don't think anyone.
But that is unquestionably helmet to helmet.
Yeah,
unquestionably initiated by the defender. That should be a targeting penalty.
A targeting penalty on.
If you believe in targeting being part of the game, that's a targeting.
I was going to say, if you're going to call that other penalty,
that other penalty was not targeting, even if you believe it.
I was going to say, if you're
absolutely hits Gio Bernard.
That's helmet
square,
to helmet,
and Gio Bernard is just out. I mean, he's just not awake. He catches it in the chin and in the shoulder pad.
The chin, Shazier almost gets
and
under
here's the thing,
face mask.
That might actually be a fumble.
Right, but if it's a fumble, that should definitely be a flag as well. Like, that play should be
Bernard is awake.
Okay, good that Bernard's getting up. That's just not... Shazier calling for it. Come on, man.
Shazier seems to be saying...
Touchdown.
Maybe suggesting that Bernard was faking it. I'm not sure. He has his hands up what looks like exasperation.
I think his hands up were like, I scored a touchdown. That was a fumble, which
he may be right in that regard.
I don't,
Let's see. Are they going to review any of this? Have they been looking at it? Tomlin's thinking about the flag. He's being told to head back to his sideline.
Because it looks like the booth is going to review
and he's going to throw it.
Oh, okay.
Tomlin throwing it kind of like an petulant child, I have to say, while being backed onto his own sideline by a ref, clearly infuriated at the shenanigans by both sides.
You can't. The issue here is you can't retroactively assess a penalty. So this play will be
only targeting. I believe.
Look at Bernard. Good that Bernard is he's standing.
He's got to be out for this game. If he comes back, I mean he was out. You could see him on the field. His limbs had locked up, and that's a surefire sign of a concussion, or a serious brain injury. So if he comes back on this field, that's bad news. I mean, clearly from the snapping of his neck, you could see that it was his neck that took it
under his
chin,
face
and just
mask.
watch his neck. That's whiplash. Look at his neck.
Oh, jeez, and he led with the. Shazier led with the crown of his helmet.
Again, I'm not. Now that's something you're just trying to make a play. I'm not saying it's dirty.
No.
But you absolutely have to recognize that you hit a guy in the face with the crown of your helmet.
And there's a difference between a dirty play and an illegal play, right? It's not, Shazier isn't trying to injure anybody. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether he's trying to injure anyone or not. It matters whether or not.
And look at Bernard. Yeah. I mean, if he comes back, that's not good. You can just see him.
He should not
instantly. His muscles.
Okay, so the call on the field was down by contact. I believe that should stand.
I believe that should be overturned.
Really?
I do. The question is, will they have sympathy? Will they have sympathy? This angle. No, that should be overturned. That ball is out.
Well, that's not a really good angle.
You can see it move. Look at the movement of the ball.
Well, you can see the ball move, but you can see his arm move. In my opinion, you can see the arm move with it. So it'll depend on. That was kind of nice. Shazier picking it up behind his back.
I think this might be overturned for a touchdown, and Bengal fans will have every right to be absolutely furious.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: even if he did fumble the ball, Shazier definitely should have been flagged for that play.
Was he just stumbling around, feigning the signs?
I think he's just angry and fired up.
Well, maybe he himself has a bit of a concussion.
Well,
he is talking to everybody who will have his ear, and he doesn't seem to be walking absolutely steady. And by all means, he might have the signs of a concussion with the way he rocked Giovanni Bernard there.
That's just not something you ever like to see. Period. In a football game. Watch Concussion, starring Will Smith.
No, God. All right,
people call that a feel-good movie. Okay, yeah, call's overturned.
But the play was
It's Pittsburgh ball.
So it is a Pittsburgh recovery.
That is
But
absolutely...
they don't get the
But
touchdown.
they don't get the touchdown. That's absolutely ridiculous.
I don't understand how